Film deep dive. We got Eagles versus Saints. Eagles got a win over the previously number one seed New Orleans Saints, who are that no longer, 24-21. And when I was watching this game and the highlights back again, I was thinking Chris is going to be so mad. I was like, Chris is not going to be happy with this. And Logan Haynes 5 had the same thought as me. The Eagles running the ball with Sanders and rolling the pocket, getting Jalen outside. Why didn't Wentz have those play calls more often? It looked like an offense that I'm not going to say was easy to execute for the quarterback, but there were some plays that were right there for Jalen Hurts. I thought Doug Peterson did a good job for him. Maybe things he hasn't done for Carson in the past.
I would agree with some of that. I will. And Jalen Hurts did a great job. And some of the reason those plays work, too, are also because of Jalen Hurts and the skill set and what he brings to the table, right? You're going to get some basic looks because of his ability to run, which now a sprint out play that maybe a team with Carson Wentz might go, we're going to play coverage here. We don't have to worry about a quarterback design run or anything like that. That might not be as available as it is for a guy like Jalen Hurts, because now a defense is going, wait, I know there might be no back in the backfield or one back in the backfield, but we have to worry about that aspect a little. And then it leaves some of those simple things wide open to where you just go, why didn't they do that before? Well, that's a little reasoning. That's sometimes why you hear me tell you things like, what Cam Newton and Kyler Murray and the Russell Wilson and those double threat type quarterbacks, like the statistics don't tell the whole story, I guess, sometimes to what they bring to the football game. So that understood. And then here's the second part, because it's a great question, and I observed the same thing. And I'm not lying. I mean, Coach Dungy and Rodney also recognize the same thing. They almost had an identity right away where you go, oh, they're gonna run the ball. It's going to be high percentage throws. They're going to move the pocket a little, and they're just going to live and die with that right there, right? I mean, they had an identity. With Carson Wentz, this is the second time in his career where we've seen this, where I think they give him too much leeway or something. Or they just think he's maybe better than he is, to where they just go, hey, you go out there, we just call whatever you want. We'll call a play. If you want to audible and change, go ahead. And we're just going to throw passes, and you'll dice them up and do whatever. No, I mean, it's not playing to the strength of their team. It's not giving them any identity, and it's obviously didn't help their offense. Now, what Hurts brings to the table. Hurts' speed is better than I gave it credit for. Let's just start right there. That's the first thing I think that jumps out about the football game.
He's got a little like Derrick Henry to him, too, where it doesn't look like he's necessarily running that fast. No, he kind of
gets in that, like, you're right.
But he's pulling away from everyone.
Pulling away. Yeah. Yes. I think, that aspect of the game was phenomenal. I think it must have caught the Saints by surprise, too. And I'll say, even just to start this off, and before we get into some of the specifics of what happened and what they did, hey, the other thing, too, is, I mean, the Saints, I'm just shocked by their defensive game plan as I went through it. They're, other than the first third down of the game, there wasn't really any plays where they were truly spying him and aware of him running. They tried to play some zone defense and, hey, linebackers, make sure you keep your eyes on him. But as soon as the receiver went in front of them, then they kind of moved, and all of a sudden he gets outside of the pocket, and they're not there because it's not a true spy. They're kind of trying to cheat it. So that's the big thing. And here's like, I'll just sum it up one way here. His design runs, his scrambling and running, him hitting the passes he should, and a few that, maybe he shouldn't, no turnovers, no negative plays, played the field position football game. I mean, some of those things I just mentioned there are the opposite of what Carson Wentz does. So just the fact that he played the game a certain way gave them a better chance to win the game, let alone him being in there. You saw it, I saw it, I think you saw it. The energy of the football team was different. Now, whether they felt like they had to help the guy out or they were just pissed off or whatever, I don't know. But the Eagles came out physical and in your face and had a different way about their style of play yesterday.
So even though the Saints defense maybe didn't account for the fact that Jalen Hurts was running, and basically a lot of what he did in college, Bradley Lamps tweeted in kind of the same thing you said there. Chris, I was reminded of your pre-draft analysis of Hurts. He drops back looking to run at an alarming amount of plays. Saw that yesterday as the defensive line penetration turned his weakness into a benefit. I thought that was a good way to put it.
It's exactly right. There was a number of plays. Again, you've heard me say this before, too, where I go, wait, why is New Orleans blitzing? Why are they making it like to where he has to run or has to throw a one-on-one ball? And you take the thinking away from him. But that to me was the shock of why there was no spy on him. If you evaluated him in college, one, you would know, okay, he's faster than Carson Wentz. he was a lot faster than Carson Wentz. I'll say I even misevaluated that. But two, if you evaluated him in college, you saw he wants to run first. He is a run-first quarterback who can throw and hurt you with his arm at times, right? That's really what he is. Instead of like a Deshaun Watson, who's a throw-first quarterback, he's going to dice you up with his arm, and he only runs when he feels like, okay, I can't dice you up with my arm, I have to do that. Especially at this young of an age, yeah, Hurts is still like that, and that's where I was shocked by the Saints' lack of attention to his running ability, especially in some drop-back situations.
Yeah, and he is also he's taking your pre-draft analysis. He's maybe making you reevaluate it, and he's also stealing your signature look here, James. Do we have that picture of him in his press conference afterwards? He's taking your look. It's like, this is your deal. This is your top
you're talking about Jalen
guy.
Hurts?
Jalen Hurts, yeah.
I know.
Jalen Hurts, you're a
top button
guy.
swag, yeah.
You've got top button swag, and I know at the end of the game, there it is.
Woo,
he's
baby.
taking your look, and Mike Florio pointed this out, is that he's even maybe amping it up a little bit by changing the top button.
Well, he should. He's cool, man. He's cooler than me. I know that. I mean, he's more charismatic. He's faster. He wore number 2 like me, so maybe we have more in common than you think.
Maybe there is something there. He's trying to get on your good side.
But his charisma, toughness in which he played, he only threw one throw the whole game where he should have thrown an interception. Chauncey Gardner Johnson on the right side. He threw an out route late over there. It was really his only dicey decision the whole football game. It could have been a pick six. It could have changed the football game. But either way, for a guy who made his first start, there was a lot of things he did really well. And I think the biggest thing is he managed the game the right way. And he didn't cause negative plays or put the team in bad spots, which always gave them the opportunity and the way their defense is playing, and we'll hit that in a few minutes too, to where it all tied together to a special day. But, his running and even his threat of his running, I think is a big reason you saw Miles Sanders run down the sideline for an 82-yard touchdown. Yeah. They're worried about that. They're trying to create something. Quan Alexander makes the wrong run fit. That was really the big issue with the play. He goes to the wrong gap, and that left Miles Sanders off, and he can just turn the afterburners on. But nonetheless, they're playing a defense because
here's that play.
Here it is. So can we rewind that one more time just from the start? Let's just watch it one more time if you don't mind, if you can hit that rewind button.
It seemed like Quan Alexander going inside was what sprung this
exactly right.
Right.
He goes inside. And here, go start it over one more time. Pause it at the start. Don't go yet. So Quan Alexander on that left hash right there, right? That linebacker there. 58. Yeah. Now go and hit the play button for me, Pete. You can see how he goes to that backside there, like you said. He should be in that front side gap right where Miles Sanders ran. So that was certainly the issue there, and a big moment of the football game because it put them up 17-0, before half, and really had a chance to go down and kick another field goal that they missed. That would have put them up 20-0.
So it was curious by the Saints. Right? Yes. They did not tailor their defense to stop Jalen Hurts. Maybe they were surprised, like you said, about the speed of Jalen Hurts.
Yeah.
But outside of, that big play, that's not great, obviously. There was another big play early to Rager where he was wide open, big yards after the catch. So there were a few big plays.
Yes.
But I'm not going to say overall it was like a total breakdown of the Saints' defense.
I don't think so either. I think there was, like the Rager play you're talking about, that was a breakdown. They just messed it up. They're playing zone coverage, and one of the guys followed the first crosser too far in, and then they crossed another guy coming his way, and he was out of position, and then he becomes uncovered there. So, there was a few mistakes.
Like the first touchdown by Hurts is, the cornerback doesn't turn around. Alshon Jeffrey makes a good play on it. Not really terrible.
No, that's
defense.
not terrible. That's hey, these are pros too. Alshon Jeffrey gets paid. Jalen Hurts made a great throw under pressure. To me, I don't look at the Saints players as being an issue. That's where I go, Dennis Allen, you just made it easy for the rookie quarterback.
Right.
He didn't have to read anything. He just went, wait, I'm going to take my biggest receiver on the field and throw him a 50-50 ball. And I like his chances. And that's what he got out of that. So, I never agree with over-blitzing those rookie quarterbacks. I think it's a gift more than it is something
especially
that troubles
one who
them.
Can get out of the pocket.
And that's what we saw too. Yeah. Blitzes, 5-man rushes. They started to do the 5-man rushes to think, we'll clog all lanes and he won't be able to run. That's cool, but you still have to stay disciplined within your lanes. You can't just go, we're rushing 5 and then I'll clog it up and I'll just go wherever I want, defensive end, and I'll go inside and do those type of things. And then he turned the corner, and like we've talked about, his speed is pretty damn special. Faster than I gave him credit for. Yeah. Really, it's legit speed.
So true or false, after one game, Chris Simms now likes Jalen Hurts more than Taysom Hill.
I don't know if I'm ready to go there yet. I like Jalen Hurts a lot. I really do. I heard nothing but good things about the guy going up into the draft process. You know, what sucks for me is I get stuck into I have to evaluate him as a quarterback, and I had issues with the way he throws the football. I think anybody who watched it yesterday could see, hey, it was good, but there's still some things we need to work on, certainly. But he brought a life and an energy to the football team. And he brought an attitude, I think, to the football team that we haven't seen with Carson Wentz. He gave them a spark. And I know, Doug Peterson, I think he's come out and said he's starting now, week 15, right? I think that's what I saw.
They asked him about that, which I don't know. That's not really a question. Like, why would he not start?
Well, that's what that to me is like right after the game, you won, he played good.
I guess they just want the soundbite of like, we're going with him next time. But it's like, obviously.
Obviously is right. I mean, how could you not? And then it does say it here as I'm looking. Florio's just reported that he will start in week 15. But yes, that was obvious. I mean, how could you put him back on the bench
imagine
after that
story is like,
performance?
no, we're benching him again.
We're going back to Carson.
I was like, why?
No.
They'd love that in Philadelphia. All right, so what about the Saints side of it real quick on the offensive side of the ball?
Right.
Taysom Hill had some mistakes, had a strip sack fumble where he just didn't feel the pressure on the backside of him on a fourth down.
Fourth down, sprint right option. This is where he's raw here. You want to talk about rawness here?
Yeah. I mean, he's played a lot of football, but not a lot of quarterback.
Exactly right. So they took a shot here. You're thinking, it's 4th and 1. They're going to throw a ball for 2 or 3 yards, right? Sprint out pass, just like we saw like Mahomes do at the end of that football game yesterday. They did it once for a touchdown and once a Tyreek Hill to get the first down to close the game out. You're thinking that's what's going to happen. Well, Sean Payton realizes, they probably think I'm going to do that. He takes a shot. He's got Emmanuel Sanders one-on-one with a linebacker way down the field for a post route. I don't know why he didn't throw it. He could have cut it loose. Emmanuel Sanders had the guy by a step already. And, of course, when the ball's in the air, I like his chances to separate even further. At the very least, too, he looks behind him because he's got 2 options to his right. Like I said, Sanders going on the post route. Michael Thomas is coming from the backside as a shallow crosser. He's wide open. It's easy completion. It's 6 yards. It's first down. Here we go. And he kind of looked that way, but then I don't know if he was really looking at the rush. I couldn't tell exactly where his eyes were. But either way, he didn't throw it to him. That would have been a slam dunk first down. He holds the ball too long, doesn't know where to go, and then, of course, Sweat gets the strip sack fumble. Mistakes by them throughout the day. Coaching staff, him, everything you can attribute to all the Saints' struggles. The first and most important thing is this. The Philadelphia defensive line whooped the shit out of the Saints offensive line. And that doesn't happen very often in the last 4 years of New Orleans Saints football. It just does not happen. So that was the first aspect of the football game that jumped out to me. And then on top of that, Sean Payton I thought was a little slow to adjust and was a little too run-centric in the first half. Things jump-started in the second half because they went to a throw-first mentality. And that finally got them going to make some plays and do some things that way. But, early in the first half, I thought they were too conservative. They thought they were just going to be able to run the ball down the Eagles' throats. He throws the interception on the screen pass, which, again, even that play is a little bit of experience.
He gunned it right off the hands of Kamara.
Right. He got pressure on him before he really thought he was going to have to, right? It was a 4-man rush, but it was the old, 2 guys on the edge blitz and 2 guys on the inside dropped out, right? So that confuses the offensive line. You can't always get out there to get that guy off the edge when you do blitzes like that. Well, he's throwing a screen, and when you throw a screen in the NFL, you usually have a count in your head. There's 2-count screens, there's 3-count screens. So he's looking to his right going, basically 1, 2, and then he's just going to turn 3. As he's getting ready to turn, oh no, the guy's there, and he's got to throw it really quick, and you're right. He throws a ball that's too hard, off Kamara's hands, interception, and of course was a big part of the football
game
as
well.
well.
What do you make of this? And on the Kamara lines here, he has fewer than 100 scrimmage yards in each of the 4 games with Taysom Hill as the starting quarterback this season. In all 6 with Drew Brees as the starting quarterback, he was 100+ in every one of those games.
Yeah, and say that first line with Taysom Hill again.
So with Taysom Hill in the 4 games that he has started, Alvin Kamara has not reached 100 scrimmage yards in a game that Taysom Hill has been the quarterback.
Yeah, that's surprising. That really is. I think
seems like you'd want to lean on him more.
I know, it does. I think the biggest aspect, though, that is being missed from the Saints offense is that short Alvin Kamara gets to read the coverage along with Drew Brees passing game. So that's not happening. And that forces defenses' hands a lot of the times to, oh, wait, Kamara's we have to worry about doubling him out of the backfield, or we have to do this. And now they run the ball, and you're like, wait, we're not in a very good run defense or a run defense personnel here, because I was worried about that aspect. So I think that really, has affected Alvin Kamara.
Yeah.
Plus teams, as of right now, when they play the Saints, especially early on in these games, are going, we're going to stop the run. We're going to not let Taysom Hill and this running attack kill us. We want to see Taysom Hill, the thrower, beat us. And he wasn't bad. He did a lot of good things. He certainly did. Mm-hmm. But, they left some plays and some yards on the field, and they were just too late to get the offense jump-started.
Even having said that, there was a throw by Jalen Hurts in the beginning of the fourth quarter that could have been a pick six.
That's the one I was talking about, that chart on the right sideline.
Yes.
Exactly right.
So it would have been a completely different game. We would have been talking about how the Saints, got a little close for them, got a little dicey, but, good teams prevail. So it still was close. And Jalen Hurts fumbled at the end there to keep it close too. Almost got the onside kick, and so you play that game 10 times. Saints win a majority of those.
Well, I would think so. I would think so. Yeah, I think the Philly, it was a real good day for them. The Saints a down day. They missed a field goal. Mm-hmm. They missed 2 field goals. Mm-hmm. Missed a field goal that's set up a touchdown drive for the Eagles. Missed another long field goal later in the game. Wait, I'm right about that, right? Yeah, yes, I am right. And then 10 points off of turnovers.
You're right.
That I don't care who you are. This is the NFL. You name up those type of things right there, more times than not, that team that's missed the field goals and lost the turnover battle is going to lose the game. I don't care if they're 5 games or 8 games better in the win column, whatever it is. It's the NFL. It's too close.
So Drew Brees getting close to coming back.
Yep.
When he comes back, perhaps the Saints will not be the number 1 seed. They are not right now.
Yep.
That is gone over.
Hi, I'm Mike Tirico, and thanks for watching. Make sure to hit subscribe for the latest news and highlights from NBC Sports.